Hello, it's me. Fridays with Father. Yes, I'm back. And as you can see, I'm wearing a mask. Well, we're all wearing masks, right? These days, it's crazy. I'm not sure if anybody can hear me. Oh my goodness. I'm wearing a mask. I'm wearing a mask, and it's not just any old mask, This is the official. This is the official CHS, Church of the Holy Spirit, coronavirus mask. And it comes in three colors. It comes in black, navy blue, and white. Okay, and we are selling them here in the parish. Price is, oh my goodness, I took my glasses off. $10 each. Okay, so we've all been buying masks in multiple places, but these are especially for our parish and by our parish. You see, and not only do they look rather cute, you're also supporting our parish. As you can imagine, our funds have taken a nosedive because of coronavirus, like many other places. So anything we can do to raise some extra cash does help, and the masks is one of them, and they're selling quite well. You might almost say like hot cakes. Here you are. So anyway, I'm back. I've been absent for a couple of weeks. At least you told me I have. And I was sick, I had flu. I had flu for a week. I was really quite unwell. It was when that weather changed, and we were out doing some recording out in the warmth, and something happened to me, and the following day I felt terrible. So I was sick, and of course, these days when you get sick, you think, oh my goodness, I've got the virus, we're afraid of it. So I was tested, and I'm okay. But I was thinking about this thing with being tested. It makes you so neurotic. I think we're actually more afraid of the test result than the virus itself. I had to wait like 5 or 6 days before I got my result, and you're just like so nervous, but you're more nervous about the test result than the actual virus itself. But these are the days we're living in now, where we're all slightly on edge, slightly nervous, probably slightly depressed. I think in years to come, we'll look back on ourselves now. We'll see ourselves slightly depressed as well. But we're doing our best to keep going, and faith for us, believers in Jesus, that's where we get our strength now. If nothing else, just to remind you today that that's where our strength comes. It comes from Him. And as somebody said to me the other day, she said, and this too will pass. And of course it will pass. And everything does pass except Jesus, who's always there. And that's just the great beauty of our faith and who we are at this moment. Anyway, so today is Friday. It's called Black Friday, isn't it? It's an unfortunate name, really, Black Friday. And some of you may be out doing crazy things in shopping malls, or some of you may be doing crazy shopping online. I don't blame you. It's just where we are. But hopefully yesterday you will have been able to celebrate Thanksgiving. You would have been able to celebrate Thanksgiving in some way, which was special. I know that a lot of you just decided to stay at home, and I did too. I mean, we just have to think about other people as well. Some of you did Zoom meetings with your families, even better. But, there will be time for us when we can celebrate properly in the future. There will be more Thanksgivings. There will be more opportunities. In the same way, that, I've been here, 5 months now? 5 going on 6 months. And I've not really had an opportunity to sample any of your major social activities here at Church of the Holy Spirit. And I've had some lovely times with lots of people, but not with the whole community gathered, really. And I look forward to that. And it will come. We just have to get through this phase where we're at now in the best way we can. We do it with faith, and if we can, we do it with joy. And joy is a point I wanted to touch upon today, as we now sort of come out of this Thanksgiving phase, and then on Sunday, or rather Saturday evening, Sunday, we launch ourselves into a whole new year in terms of the church's cycle. We're at the end of the year now in the church, and this Sunday we begin a new year, a fresh year, and we begin the holy season of what we call Advent. Yes, Advent. It's 4 weeks, 4 weeks before Christmas. And people kind of look upon Advent as something which is, just connected to Christmas, That's why so often we speed ahead of ourselves and start celebrating Christmas now. We forget about Advent as if it's just like an add-on, but actually it's quite a serious and joyful at the same time season when joy does focus greatly in what we're thinking about. And Advent separates into like two parts, the first part and the second part. The first 2 weeks, specifically really to help us focus on Jesus, who will come at the end of time. He will come again. He promised us he'll come again in body and soul and blood and divinity. He'll be with us again at the end of time. And so we take a couple of weeks to focus on that second coming, and we look forward and we try to find in our heart that part of us that really longs for him to come and make things better, to fix things, to fix us, to fix the world. And so we specifically and prayerfully focus on his second coming in the first section of what we call Advent, And then the second half of Advent, we switch gears slightly as we look to Jesus' birth. Now, Jesus is with us, but we celebrate his birth every year so that in hope that he might be born again in our hearts again this year and renew us and bring us joy. So the second half of Advent, we focus more specifically on Christmas and his birth. So we have, the tale of the Virgin Mary and, giving of herself and all that kind of stuff. And then the actual birth itself around Christmas time. And those themes are reflected quite clearly in the readings we have at Mass. So pay attention, to the shift in the themes. They go from, looking to the end times, to longing for end times, to waiting for end times, to looking at the desire that we have to be with Jesus, and then shifting, to the Blessed Virgin Mary and waiting for this child to come to bring light into our lives, and then of course Christmas itself. So it's a lovely time. 4 weeks of Advent. Try, if you can, to do your best not to skip Advent, Try not to just jump straight into Christmas if you can, Try and wait out a bit and then celebrate each time as it comes, because there's special times, and blink and you've missed it. So Advent is a special time for each one of us to be with Jesus and to know that he is our source of joy now more than ever. He is our source of joy now more than ever. I knew a lady, an elderly lady, lived on her own, and I'm very fond of her. And when I first started to go and visit her, I used to notice that she had a Christmas tree in her living room, and the lights were always on. And I first went to visit her in the month of July, and I used to go regularly. And every time I went, the lights were on the Christmas tree. And it was only, I think, after the second or third time I sort of said, what's with the Christmas tree? Why have we got Christmas in July? And she said, it just makes me happy, So I keep the tree all year round. It just makes me happy, And it made me laugh, and I understood, and I got it, However, I was slightly touched with sadness when it actually came to Christmas itself, you see, is that she had nothing to celebrate. She lived on her own. She had no one. She wasn't necessarily a practicing Catholic or anything, but she had the Christmas tree there all year round. But when it actually came to Christmas, she was on her own, because I did call by once, and she was just in the house. It was a regular day for her. Well, my hope for you is that Christmas this year won't be a regular day. That Christmas itself will be a time of great joy when you specifically focus on Jesus being born, and being born for you, and being born for us, and bringing light into the world. So what's the point I'm trying to make? Try and hold out for your Christmas tree. I know I'm not very good at it. I will be putting my Christmas tree up before Christmas, but don't make the mistake of thinking, well, I have Christmas all the year round. so I can always feel great. And then when it comes to Christmas, having nothing. Celebrate each feast as it comes. There's a wisdom in the church's calendar which allows us to follow a slightly different rhythm to the world. Menards and everything, like Christmas trees in August in their stores. People were celebrating Christmas in September. But we follow Jesus, and so we're not celebrating Christmas in September. We're celebrating Christmas in December. And I invite you to be a part of that with me and with us here at Church of the Holy Spirit. I think that's just about it for today, to invite you to sort of get into the mode now of being in Advent and celebrating with joy, and I'll talk more about it next week. I've mentioned the masks. Great idea. The other thing I want to sort of touch bases with you on is what we call our 50/50 raffle. Yes, we're having that. We're selling tickets. We can get them online, or you can call in, or we can find a way to sell you the tickets. They're $5 a ticket, or $5 for $20. And it's a 50/50 raffle, so, whatever amount is, raised, half will go to the winner and half will go to the parish. So you get to support the parish, and you also have the chance of winning quite a substantial little stocking filler. So far, we've raised $1,300, which means over $600 goes to the winner. Okay? But if we can push that up a bit more, then the prize gets bigger. So please be generous. Join in the fun, do it with joy and do it with gratitude, and get into the spirit of things if you can. As I say, we recognize we're in tough times, but we're not alone. We're together, and we are people of faith. All right? Upon which note, have a wonderful day and be joyful. Keep the faith. Bye.